Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. We are here today with a away game against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. They are the joint bottom with Crystal Palace team at the moment, but they've got a game in hand, and if they win, they'll get on the same points as us. Obviously, if we win, we will get 6 points, and we'll move up to around mid-table area where Brighton are, which isn't too bad. Every other team, I think, has played their games apart from us and Forest, so... If you didn't see the last episode, though, however, we took on Rosenborg in our first Europa League group stage game, and we got a 2-0 victory away in Norway. I forgot the name of the stadium. I think it was Lerkendal or something. But away in Norway, we get our first win in the group stage, which is exactly how I wanted to start off the campaign. We've got another good bit of news as well. Your boy here on the bench, Diogo Jota, is cleared to return. I was going to put him in just as a substitute, but apparently his stamina bar is still down, so I think I'm going to leave him out for this one and maybe see what happens along those lines. What we are going to do though is I'm going to order the bench because it's getting on my nerves. Let's do that quickly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to swap out a couple of people. We'll bring off Vandamme. We'll bring off Hennessy. Oh, bring on Vandamme. Sorry, we'll bring off Hennessy for Tamori. Wan-Bissaka will be fine. Hakimi should be okay. Vandamme. Yeah, I think everyone else is fine. I kind of want to rotate Greenwood off, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave him on because he's the captain of the team. So that is probably the squad we'll go into the game with for the next game. I was going to bring in Jota, like I said. He did get cleared. I'll show you the email just for evidence, in case you don't believe me. I don't know why you wouldn't believe me, but there is the evidence of the email of Jota being cleared to return. But I'm not going to bring him in for this game because he's still got a red bar. He might be fine for the Spurs game, and that would be a good time for him to come back because Spurs are having a good season right now. I'll show you the table. I'll show you just where we are right now. Spurs are in 5th, so they're having a decent season. Undefeated, 5 wins and a draw. Not too shabby. Arsenal and Chelsea still with a 100% win rate. We are in 15th. We're not doing great, but we got our first win against Manchester City, so hopefully it'll only go up from here. I don't know. It depends on how I do against Forest, to be honest. Forest losing every single game so far, only scoring 2 goals but conceding 14. Crystal Palace, though, doing the absolute worst, only scoring 2 and conceding 21. They've conceded more than we have at this point. But anyway, we're going to go to the press conference and see what we get asked. And there's something about a player that doesn't involve, like, it doesn't get involved ever. And then there'll be a question about, are we going to survive relegation? It's not been the greatest start to the season so far. Steering clear of the bottom of the table looks to be a difficult ask now. Do you have the quality to get back on track? Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's 5 games in. Of course. I was thinking positively. I'm confident we've got the quality to still get away from the bottom of the table. Our first objective was mid-table, I believe. After your recent win against Rosenborg, your fans are praising you and expecting another win. Do you have anything specifically prepared for the match against Nottingham Forest from a tactical standpoint? It was a team effort. Don't forget that the whole team was involved here. The lads performed admirably. For the next match, we are focused on the same things again. Teamwork and tactics. Your team is basking in great form recently. Oh. Do you think you can continue to perform at this lightning pace in upcoming matches? We must avoid distractions. These last results have been great, but we shouldn't get distracted. There are tough matches, but if we can keep our high standards of preparation, I'm confident this run's not ending anytime soon. I mean, we've won 2 in a row. It's not really great form. Winning 2 in a row at this level is probably fine with me, but honestly, I wouldn't say we're in great form. I'd say we're in okay form. Hložek's goal settles Rosenborg defeat. Hložek's effort on goal helped his team grab a 2-0 win against Rosenborg. The other goal scorer, of course, was Mason Greenwood. And there is a review. It's Bradford City who triumphed in their latest match in this year's UEFA Europa League. Intense match that finished 2-0, where the winners always looked to be by far the stronger of the 2 teams. They managed to win through 2-0 against a visibly distraught Rosenborg BK, who had done so well to make it this far. I mean, we've done well to make it that far as well. And it's the group stage. So, I mean, it's not over anywhere by any means yet, so still got a long way to go. But we're going to go into this game against Forest. I've already sorted the lineup out. We're going to the City Ground to face a team that we've faced in 3 seasons now. We faced them in Season 3, Season 4, and now we're going to be playing them again in Season 5 because they got promoted along with us, but they got promoted through the playoffs. So we've got Lafont in goal, Hakimi and Wan-Bissaka as the fullbacks, Tamori and Tadibo as the centre-backs, Vandamme at the centre-mid, Dembele on the left, Carbonero on the right, Greenwood centre attacking mid, Hložek and Haaland the strikers. Let's see what we can do here at the City Ground. Let's see if we can knock them off. No concurrent matches, so we are the only teams going to be playing today. All eyes will be on this fixture towards the bottom of the table. And hopefully, we don't lose this. Like, it's bad enough losing to Southampton and Everton without losing to fucking Forest. Are you kidding me? I've just been bullshitted. I still managed to get through it though. That's fine. I bullied off the ball. I'll do this one more and then we'll just yeet it in and then... Yeah, I'll do. Here we go.
And this is the scene, around 130 miles to the north of London, in the city of Nottingham. Welcome everyone.
We are in Nottingham, exactly. Couldn't be more correct.
I'm very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It is Nottingham Forest, and they take on Bradford City.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
At the City ground, we take on Nottingham Forest once again. We've had mixed results when we've come here in the past. And now that the difficulty is up, we may have more struggles. But we also, in my opinion, have the better team. I don't know how much transfer activity they've had. They've still got Man, they've still got Agbo. I think Grishon is new. We'll see. We've got Pantelimon, who's already there. Oxley, Webster, Clark, and Robinson, who I think is new. Agbo's been there for a while. Man, Grishon, Yates, and Carvalho. I think Carvalho might be new, and Gomez might be new. I'm trying to recognise who's new. Muric on the bench has been there since the start. Cash is still there. Thiago Silva still there. As in, not the PSG one. But anyway, they do have a decent squad. I don't think it's going to be strong enough to keep them up. But they do have a strong squad. We've got Lafont, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Tomori, Hakimi, Vandamme, Carbonero, Dembele, Greenwood, and then Haaland and Hložek.
He will provide the support for the strikers.
So I think personally we do have a strong enough lineup to keep us out of relegation. Just a matter of if I can play well enough to keep us out of relegation. Forest, however, I think they're going to really struggle. They haven't really done enough transfer activity, I think, for them to keep up in the Premier League. I could be wrong. They could prove me wrong. In fact, they could beat me here. But that's just how I feel about their lineup. It looks some of it looks very similar to last season's.
And very deftly cut out.
Haaland intercepts already. Sorry, Hložek intercepts already. Haaland gets the ball but can't do anything because he's interrupted. Vandamme wins the ball back. At least Haaland... I can't get anything going here because there's just so many players around me. Gomes turns into trouble. Greenwood picks up on the ball. Vandamme. Haaland. Oh, what a save from Pantelimon. Tomori back into Greenwood, who can't keep the ball. It's a bit heavy. God, that should have been 1-0 right there, but brilliant save from Costel Pantelimon. I can't even complain. Hakimi with a block, and Todibo's going to get it away. Greenwood now to Vandamme. It'd be great if Haaland moved into a bit more open space, but that's okay. He can just run next to two defenders. If he was in that other space in front of me, that's 1-0. Nottingham Forest, one of the lowest scoring teams in this league, of course. 2 goals in the first 5. We've not been too bad in scoring. Conceding has been the problem.
Works for you and you win the game. The coach is a genius. If not, well, you decide.
But we can get it away here. Hakimi with the pace to bring it away. Now Dembele. All the space in the world on the left. I don't know where Oxley is. Agbo isn't going to catch up. Carbonero. Nobody marking the stamina machine. And we're now 1-0 up here at the City ground. Once again, I'm going to post my YouTube channel link quickly. If you want to see the full career mode, then the link is going to be posted. And you can go and sub to the channel or whatever. You can go look at the full playlist of career mode. But we are now 1-0 up here at the City ground. Carbonero, one of the smallest players on the pitch, getting the goal.
Paid off, but the manager knows a lot more has to be done to secure this game.
Only first goal for Carbonero. I'm surprised it's come from a header because he's so bloody short, but it's just how it is.
opening goal of the game then.
1-0 here in the Premier League. Forest could be on their way to losing another one, and we could be on our way to turning around our season. We already beat Man City. Can we beat Forest too? Should be an easy catch for Lafont. And it was. Greenwood's going to get the ball. Now Dembele. Being chased by Man. Hložek. Into Haaland. Can we get the ball there? No, not quite. I did want it to pass a second earlier, but for some reason it delayed. I'm not sure why, but it's okay. Todibo closes down the pass. Vandamme now for Bradford City. Not really enough room to give anyone anything, really. Haaland now running through, but it's too late because I've been tackled. Haaland runs a little earlier there. It might be through for 2-0, but not how it went down. Now Man's getting pushed to the side here. He's got a pass off to Agbo though. And Forest could be on their way to equalising. We're not careful, but luckily we are careful and Vandamme can bring it away. I think it was Todibo who got the interception in.
This might be ideal for the counter.
And now Haaland turns inside. Greenwood calling for it, but that's an awful pass. Carbonero, grid once again. Can't get round the defender. And Forest bring it away, and I don't know where Wan-Bissaka is. Hopefully Wan-Bissaka's now gone back to his position. He has, there he is. Oh, he's just kind of fucked us there though, but the shot has gone over from Forest there. Wan-Bissaka being out of position kind of messed us up a little bit there, but we've managed to sort it. Oh well, we didn't manage to do anything with it, but they've managed to miss a shot, so it's not a problem. Guichon picking it over and wide. Goal kick now for Albin Lafont. Greenwood the target. Hložek down to Dembele.
Dembele on the ball.
Greenwood could play for Haaland here, but of course the game delays the ball for an extra second, and I want to. And I didn't know if I was offside, but apparently I was. So oh, it's very close to be honest. You could just let me have it, you know. I hate when the pass delays itself. It's a big issue. So I feel like I passed it right while he's on the line of being offside, and then it doesn't pass in time, and I fuck it. Oh, come on! Todibo has that all day, realistically, doesn't he? Oh shit. Okay. Carvalho with the cross. Hakimi with a header away, and Greenwood can bring it further clear, and he does. Disaster averted. It's not where I aimed the pass with Hložek there. Oh. Right, I'm not allowed to tackle. It's a big issue. It's a big issue. I just love this game when it does that. Absolutely love it. Nottingham Forest equalise. My absolute favourite when my keeper saves it straight back to the same player who took the shot. It was a good save initially, but someone else needs to be there other than Lafont to really help with that. Yates makes it 1-1 here at the City ground. It's kind of annoying because I feel like I've had the better of the game.
Well, when you sit off like this, you invite pressure. Even Steven,
right, let's not fuck this up. Let's try and get back in the lead here. Let's not give Forest their first points in the Premier League. We've just got ours. Hložek. Over the top to Haaland. Oh, come on. Pantomime looked like it was going to come out, and I didn't really put full power on it. Haaland. Can't get it through because there's 7,003 Nottingham Forest players in the way. Hakimi wins it back though. Hložek. Vandamme. 2-1. Noah Vandamme. Rotating him in because Tielemans is tired. And it's a goal. Craig put in the chat book, can it be 2-1? Well, yes it can, because it is 2-1.
Lovely play.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Vandamme expertly burying that in the bottom left past Pantilimon.
Well, the coach has to be happy with that. Got their noses in front. Still work to be done.
Let's just not concede again, honestly, because they are only Nottingham Forest and they are quite near the bottom. I feel like we're better than them. I mean, we might not be, but I feel like we are.
So there we have it.
So
2-1.
we'll see. We've got the whole second half to play yet, and the rest of this first half. So we'll see what happens with it. But hopefully we have enough quality to get us victory.
Yates.
Greenwood picks the ball off Yates. Now Haaland with Carbonero. If I could say one thing to Carbonero besides his stamina, he's actually worked his strength quite a bit as well, because usually he just gets shrugged off the ball. But can it be 3-1? I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. Keep the ball there. Dembele, Hložek. I did pass it off, but apparently it hasn't locked onto Greenwood. Kimi tackles, and it's a Nottingham Forest throw.
Webster.
I thought Hložek would get there. I guess I was wrong.
Agbo has it.
And now we're in shit.
It might be on for them.
Lebo though cleans up the mess.
And breaking it
I passed that down, but that's okay.
Intelligent threaded pass here.
Lafont gets there. I would have been slightly mad if that resulted in a goal, because I did actually not pass it in the direction that the game passed it, so I'm slightly annoyed, but it's fine. Hložek wins the ball back, but he's absolutely exhausted in this first half. I just want to try and get to the break now with a lead.
Gliding through the gears. Man, and there's the feed into the box.
Headed away, I believe, by Tomori, Vandamme flicking it on. Let's just yeet it up the pitch for half time.
So the whistle then.
Okay, so it's not been as easy as I expected against Nottingham Forest. I'll give them that. They've put up a challenge here, but we should be winning this. And we are at the moment. Carbonero and Vandamme getting our goals. Yates getting the goal for Forest. A bit lucky as well for them to have a goal, but it's just how it is sometimes. Southampton and Leicester are the other game today, but they're not playing it, so I guess that's fine. It's been quite close, and in fact, if you're looking at stats, Forest might have the edge on us. 5 shots to 4 on target for them, 4 shots to 4 on target for us. 53% possession for Forest, 47% possession for ourselves. I honestly thought we were the better team. Greenwood is buggered, so we'll give Kutcher a second half run out. Perhaps he can go to Todibo, I guess, if he wants it that bad. I need Greenwood fit for Spurs. Carbonero now. Bradford kick off the second half. Hložek to Mori. Hakimi. I could just pass it around the defence for second half, but I'm not going to. I'd like to get third. I'm not going to get that though if all 11 players from Nottingham Forest are in their own half. So that's just how it is. Kutcher, the tackle. Haaland should get there, but of course he doesn't. Pass it should get to it, doesn't make it to its target. Wan-Bissaka though with a very good tackle, and Carbonero now. I did turn in a second earlier than when it actually turned in, so I'm a little bit concerned there, but it's fine because we lost the ball anyway. Aston Villa will be playing Nottingham Forest next at Villa Park.
It's Nottingham Forest facing Aston Villa.
And I believe off memory, we're facing Spurs. Hložek.
And we have more live Premier League action coming up.
What is the point in taking such a shit touch like that? Like, what is it? Like, who does it benefit? Except for them. Carbonero will get the ball because the ball is bad from Forest, and it wasn't even Carbonero. Oops, I don't know who it was then. One back, I'm assuming. I'm just concentrating so much on actually keeping possession. It goes to the wrong player once again.
Man. And plenty of scope to be creative in that wide position.
Okay, so that just goes through my legs. Thank you, Condestrous, once again for the auto host.
Really top draw.
Carvalho now for the corner for Forest. Guichon coming off and Silva coming on. That's at least our problems because they've almost just put it in for equaliser. Don't know who was defending there, but it turns out the answer was no one. Yates almost getting his second of the day. We get away with that right there. Lafont. He'll launch it towards Haaland, who realistically with his height should win it, but doesn't. So,
Well, great read
gonna bounce
there
off Haaland
to
and go straight back to their
intercept.
player. Oh, no, it's not. Wait a minute, what? I'm so confused. I thought their player was just gonna go straight for it there. Vandamme, Kutsu.
Well, they're sitting ever deeper.
Look how defensive they are. Every single one of their players is defending. I'm flabbergasted right now.
Getting forward.
I can't make anything. Look at all their players that are back. I'm just having to try and fucking pass it around and hope at the moment. Hložek.
It's there for him.
Oh, patience pays off. Suck my dick with your 11 defenders.
Just what they wanted,
Nottingham
and
Forest
just what they deserved.
might have everyone back, but it doesn't matter because we're 3-1 up. And yes, Craig, it can be 3-1.
Goals, spectacular headers, overhead kicks. This is a simple one, but it still adds up to a goal on the score sheet.
Let's have another view of that goal.
Hložek with his weak foot, just burying it bottom right.
Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It could be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Second goal in the Premier League. I believe it's his second goal today. I can't remember if he scored in this game or if it was in a separate game that he got his first goal. My memory is like a sieve.
No shortage of goals in this match.
I guess we'll see at the end. But we are 3-1 up now here at the City Ground. Can it be 1-4? I'm not sure. I don't think I'm that good. I'm lucky to get to 3-1, to be honest.
Well, he was in the right place to
Carbonero
intercept.
getting absolutely chomped on by
He's
Yates.
in control of the situation.
There's absolutely no way Yates has faster pace than Carbonero. That's what I thought. Wan-Bissaka can bring it away to Vandamme. Kutsu. Dembele in some open space. I was hoping he'd make a run, but he didn't.
You've got to try to make it a bit more difficult for
It's
your
unfortunate,
opponent
really.
than that.
If he makes a run there, it might work out better. Good interception by Kutsu to Dembele. Haaland now.
Looking confident with the ball that is
Carbonero. Back into Haaland.
Can he make it count?
And it is 4-1. Yes, Craig. To answer your question, it can be 4-1. We are running roughshod here in Nottingham now. Erling Braut Haaland, the top scorer of the Championship last season, gets in on the act.
Well, here's the replay. How well has he done there?
And don't ask if it can be 5-1 because it won't be. I can tell you now. I think that's the end of my luck. I don't know what that save attempt was there
Let's go back to the goal that was
by
scored.
Pantilimon, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't what was required. I suppose at this point we better make some substitutions. Just so we have some players that are full stamina for the Spurs game. 3 goals now in the Premier League for Erling Braut Haaland. Taking his championship goal scoring form, I should say, up to the Premier League. Let's make some substitutions. They're just making some substitutions. You saw it there when their players was coming off. I can't really bring on any strikers because my other striker sucks. That's fine. We'll leave Haaland and Hložek up top and then rotating Greenwood maybe as a striker next game. I'll bring on Tielemans because Vandamme is exhausted. I think everyone's exhausted, to be honest. It might just be a matter of just toughing it out, to be honest.
Substitution
Robertson
time
coming
it
off.
is.
I don't think it can be 1-5, Craig, but I will try. I didn't see who came on for them, but we're going to bring off Vandamme for Tielemans. Vandamme putting a hell of an effort today. Give Tielemans a little break for this game because of him not having full stamina, really.
Going and going.
This is going well here. Raimundo Metzger,
Agbo has it.
or Raimundo Metzger, coming on
Nice
for
ball. João Carvalho
Forest.
here.
That must be a new player because I've never seen that name in my
Plenty of
life.
support.
I would remember it if I saw it. I always remember the double-barreled names.
Cross towards that
Oh, can we get it away? God. I was concerned a little bit there. I thought Tadibo had it covered, but
So a corner coming up.
didn't.
Well, we're picking him
Haaland
out
being a
for
handful for
reason.
Defenders.
He's having a terrific game in attack. Lee.
3 shots,
Yeah, well, he
three
scores
shots on
so many
target.
goals
Just scored his
because
goal
he
there,
takes
though.
So many shots. The keeper must be absolutely sick and tired of him. Yet another
Let's
goal
see
today. I
what
don't think
Forest
he's
can
finished
bring from
there
this
either.
corner. Will they get a second?
Played into the centre of the box.
Hložek to Kutsu. Can Kutsu get a run on here?
Being pressed hard.
No. Defender's always stronger than him, and I just ran around him in a circle when I tried to tackle. Sorry.
Options in the centre. And very deftly cut out.
Hložek. Tried to get through to Haaland. Still could. Haaland wants to make the run, but I'm pretty sure he's tired.
Error, you've got to say.
I'll accept 4 goals as long as they don't also score 4 goals.
Really a very poor ball.
Tielemans picks up the ball from Wan-Bissaka. And now Hložek. Not quite through there.
Man, Yates.
Still tackling okay.
Man.
We've scored 4,
The
so.
attacking options appear plentiful. And scope for the cross. Can he put it away?
Oh, that's really good.
A goal, but will it be pure?
Nothing to do about that because I'm defending and it's just not registering my tackles. So fair play to Carvalho there. Get a goal back for Forest. And apparently we'll fall struggled with that. Just how it goes.
From that distance, hasn't got much chance of keeping it out. Lovely goal.
Ugh, it was a good dribble and a good finish, but honestly, is that an easy save? I would say so. With Forest doubling their goal tally for the entire season. I was really hoping we'd defend a little bit better in this one, but it's just how it goes sometimes. I don't think we get a lot of clean sheets this season. I have to accept that. We haven't got a single one in the Premier League yet. Cooked into Haaland. Nope. Haaland not getting another one, I don't think, today.
Man.
Sorry, why are Forest only playing like really good? Wan-Bissaka with a very good tackle in there. I think it was Wan-Bissaka anyway. Again, I'm concentrating, so. Why does Haaland always make the stupid runs? Hložek. Carbonero. Oh, what a save from Panteliman. I was hoping that would go to the left and it didn't, so that's okay, I guess. Not long remaining. We will get the victory, but what will the scoreline be? Wan-Bissaka's bloody exhausted. Yates somehow still has all the stamina in the world.
In an atmosphere like this, the fans are not very happy at all. Been poor today.
Is Yates just dicking around with it? He is. Okay, cool. Carbonero. On to Haaland. They get tackled by Clark here because I tried to turn in and it didn't register.
Thiago Silva.
Gomis now for Forest. Will they get one more goal just to give us a worse goal difference? The answer might be yes, because I thought I cleared it but I hadn't. Nope, they put it wide. That's it. At the City ground, we get a 4-2 victory. Honestly, shouldn't have been 4-2, but I can't defend for shit sometimes and it just shows. But we get the victory here. We get another win in the Premier League, and hopefully this is a sign of things to come in this league. We get goals from Hložek, Vandamme and Haaland, I believe. I think Hložek got 2, although I could be wrong. Their goals came from Yates and Carvalho. It was Carbonero, Vandamme, Hložek and Haaland. Never mind then. Yeah, because Carbonero scored the header. I should remember that, really. But anyway, the victory is completed. So we had 7 shots for 7 on target. They had 10 shots for 5 on target. So technically we were more accurate, and we deserved it, in my opinion, because of the accuracy. 54 possession. Let me try that again. My mouth just didn't work. 54% possession for them, 46% possession for ourselves. Man of the match looks like it's gone to Vandamme, which I can't disagree about, but Hložek getting a 9.3 as well. Carbonero with a 9.1, 8.5 for Haaland, 8.4 for Dembele, and 8.1 for Hakimi. Their man of the match was Clark with an 8.2 in defence, but their goal scorers, Yates and Carvalho, get 7.9 and 7.8. Post-match interview time. Southampton and Leicester yet to play, but hopefully we won't be. I don't think we'll be in the top half of the table, but hopefully we're like 11th or 12th, and we're working our way slowly up.
Some questions regarding the match.
Despite the win today, Tielemans didn't hit the form expected of him. What does this mean for his future as a starting player? I mean, he had 20 minutes. He didn't have much time on the game, much time at all. He can bounce back. I'm certain Tielemans has what it takes to avoid making a habit of bad performances. I'm sure he will bounce back. He was literally man of the match in the episode before this. When compared to Nottingham Forest, Bradford City is considered the far stronger side, and with 4 goals scored, it's clear why. It was a win never in doubt. Never in doubt. I know what my team is capable of. No, I was fully confident we secure the win. For most teams in this Premier League, I would have said maybe there was a doubt there, but you ended up winning by 2 goals today despite a slow start. Were you at all nervous about not scoring in the first half? I mean, no, because we did score in the first half. Full confidence in the lads. I know my lads well, and I know what they're capable of. You have to have patience and trust that the goals will come, and today's a perfect example of that. I'm pretty sure we went.
Thank you.
Pretty sure we went in 2-1 at half-time. Could be wrong. I did score goals in the first half, so that interview just didn't make any sense. I'm gonna do some training. It feels like forever and a day since I've done some training. Yota's still coming back from injury, so we won't do that. Mazepov now able to be brought up. Ooh, that could be a big bring up there. He will get a lot of starting time as well in cup games. I won't do any more on him because he doesn't go anywhere else. We'll give some more to Martensen as well as another big boy youth player. And then I'll give some to Hill as well, who I still have high hopes for. His potential looks really good. So also Yartsev as well had decent potential, so we'll give him a little drill as well. So hopefully everyone does okay there. Martensen hits 66. Mazepov getting towards that 68. I could probably bring Mazepov up, but I don't know where I should yet. I'll wait till the next youth squad report, which will be at the start of October, just to see what the potential and stuff is before I bring him up. We're now into 12th in the league. I mean, we've started off badly, but now it doesn't look as bad because we're now in 12th. We have conceded quite a lot of goals. We conceded the same amount as Forest, but we've also scored more goals than Man City and the same amount as Spurs. So there's positives and negatives to take from this situation. The fact that we're conceding a lot, but also scoring a lot, says something. Top goal scorers are here, though. We'll take a quick look at them. Chiesa and Martinez drawing for the Golden Boot right now. 6 for both of them. Have you got any players in there? Oh, Haaland. Haaland's there on 17th. Not too shabby. But anyway, we've got a message from Yuri Tielemans. I've been in pretty good form lately and I'm feeling good, so you're not going to bench me for the game against Spurs. I'll consider it. Obviously, I'm not going to bench you. You're one of the best players. I haven't figured out a squad yet, but I'll consider your request before announcing the team sheet. You rest a player once, and they're really concerned about never getting to play again. But most of well, I say all of them really. All of the main squad have full stamina, so it looks good going into the Spurs game next episode. But whether we actually do anything against them is going to be a different story altogether. They're undefeated, I believe, still, so it's going to be a struggle. But we'll see what we can do. But that's going to end another episode of the Bradford City career mode. A 4-2 win over Forest puts us up into 12th. Now we're at mid-table, which is about where the board and myself predicted we would be. We might be able... I know it's really early, but if we can continue a good run of form or get a good run of form going, we might be able to push for Europa League football. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you guys have enjoyed, like I said, and I'll see you very, very soon when we take on Spurs at the Valley Parade.